Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, October 31st, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I am responsible for my alchemical process. Happy Halloween, blessed Samhain, and also for Saturday, November 1st, rabbit. Here I am, rabbiting it up for you. Happy mischief energies. And I do think that this Halloween definitely has some really interesting energies to and through it. We have the moon in Pisces, or the moon moving into Pisces for Halloween. And this is a notorious time for the veils being extra thin. This is the time of the Days of the Dead, where we can connect to our ancestors, our loved ones, and even our animals that have crossed over. And the moon being in Pisces, plus all the Scorpio energies, plus all the other Piscean energies, and even the grand trine of water that we have going on with Jupiter and Cancer, all of this feels a little spooky, a little magical, a little mystical, very intuitive. Yeah. And really, this is a really great time to connect into those energies. And again, speak with, connect with your loved ones that have crossed. Moon moves into Pisces 4:46 a.m. Pacific time. So for a good portion of us, this will be through most of the day for Halloween. We also get the more challenging energies over with, which I like. We have the moon in Pisces squaring Uranus in the morning. That can be a little triggery. Oh, I see my little rabbit shadow in the background, liking that, feeling very Samhain-ish. We also have the moon squaring Mercury. So both Uranus and Mercury are these communication, technology, mental energies. And I think what it's going to be is we've got this moon in Pisces, all this feeling energy, and then we have this strong mental energy. And when we have really strong feeling and mental energy, a lot of times they can get very mixed up together. And for better or for worse, a lot of times what will happen is we'll have some kind of story. We usually have stories running somewhere in our programming. Our programming is always just gotta stay busy, gotta keep processing. Here's the story, here's the same story. But then we start feeling the story, and then it becomes something within us. And so today, actually, I saw a post from somebody who was talking about ghosts of themselves that can come up and affect you. And that might be the thing. A ghost of a story, a ghost of yourself from the past coming up and needing a little attention, needing a little release in this energy. So be aware of that in this morning time, that again, you may have some of these things. I also posted, I love the stories on Instagram. That's where I post the things that really interest me. And this is something that I would do in my energy practice. Sometimes when I was working on people, past life energies would come through. And sometimes the stories were really hard and painful and powerful, and we would go through and change the outcome, change the story. And so basically this thing that I posted said that when you have a memory pop up, it's actually in an and you're thinking about it, it's in an unstable state. And in that unstable state, you actually can influence it. You can basically tell another story and kind of change how it affects you and your energy field. So while we can't go back and redo the thing, you can redo the story, and in the story actually shift things. And so this might be part of these squares. This might be part of using your illusion with the moon, the north node, Saturn, and Neptune all hanging out in the sign of Pisces. If there is a time to use your illusion, it is these kind of layers of energy. Now, what I do like as well is in the evening, the spookiness, we have the sun in Scorpio connecting to the moon in Pisces. So very intuitive. It's so funny. The feeling that I'm getting as I'm talking about this is like it's a holy night. You know, like I'm legitimately getting that feeling that you might have some profound experiences if you take a little time, whether you make an altar or however you go about your connection, participation. This energy feels really ripe for that. So just be aware of that after the Halloween fun, be aware of that. Now, I also want to bring the attention to anybody, sorry, hair sticking to my glitter lips. Moon in Pisces can tend to want to escape. I know this week has been hard, so have your fun, but do take that time to connect in, be present with yourself, and again, your loved ones that have crossed. For this weekend, the big thing that I'm looking at is that Venus-Chiron opposition. That's not going to be happening until late on Saturday evening, but again, we are feeling the building to this, and working on yourself, working on healing yourself is the potent point in healing in relationships. And so just keep that in mind. This might bring up old wounds to be processed, but again, maybe it's your turn to play a little different in how you show up. Moon will move out of Pisces and into Aries on Sunday morning. The big thing to look at is that Venus-Jupiter square. So we've had Jupiter still in close connection with Chiron, and so now we're going to have like Venus-Chiron squaring Jupiter. So again, the feelings might get big, and the moon in Aries could cause some bigger reactions on Sunday. So be aware of that in the field. Card-wise, this card came flying out when I was shuffling. So turning in, like I said, with all this water energy and Pisces, moon in Pisces, sun in Scorpio, there is like a holiness to this energy. Please take the time to drop in and connect. And it's funny because in this you can see faces. And in this case, they might be faces, again, of your loved ones wanting to connect in with you, and that's kind of what I'm getting with this dream card. Now, this could also be about that Venus, Chiron, Jupiter energy that we've got coming in and going on, but this also might just be about connecting to your loved ones. And while we may not all be mediums, we all do have within us the potentiality of being able to connect. And so just keep that in mind. And if you get a message, it's always good to like surround yourself with a light, have a light lit, like a candle lit, and hold that space for only the light. But this might be a beautiful time to connect. We've got some strong yang energy, and this can be a lot of different things. But we've got the Rebel breaking through some old chains, and we've got the Abundance card. The Abundance card is funny because it's one foot on land, 1 foot in spirit kind of energy. And so we definitely have this going on. And in and through this, it feels like we might break through some, I don't know, old energies. That's what the Rebel always brings to me. But this is through personal responsibility, to go back to our energy mantra for today. So be aware where you need to show up in that responsibility. Last card is Ripeness. And this is a card of like, it's the 9 of Pentacles. It's a card of grounding in, being present. And this is saying for something, you're ready. Like the time is right. So really listening in for you. What is the time right for? Or time ripe for, rather. We have Apple energy for our cards. Oh, and I do want to mention, I have a few different interesting offerings One of them being, I would really love to show up on Friday and pull some of these cards because I don't feel like I got my fill of these. So I'm going to do my best on Friday at some point to show up and pull cards. I'm not saying 100%, but like I 100% want to. So come on, universe, like let's be right. Let's get this done. So apple, and it says apples have been a symbol of Samhain for a long time. Apples, when cut in half, have a seed pattern that looks like a pentagram, and so the Celts held the fruit to be sacred. Bobbing for apples, a game traditionally played for Halloween, has its origins in the Samhain festival, and it's one of the oldest associated with celebration. I'm going to pass up how to play bobbing for apples. Candy apples are also not as quite as popular, but they're making a fun back. Come on, let's get to the apple message. Here we go. Here's the apple message. Apples have been an iconic part of mythos from ancient times to modern. The story of the poison apple and Snow White to the Roman goddess Pomona, magical apple tree, to Christians tempting fruit in the Garden of Eden. Should you receive this apple in your reading, it's time to look at how risk plays out in your life. Are you hedging your bets and not trying anything new? Do you want change but are not willing to change anything? There's that change from last night as well. Are you willing to risk to get greater reward? Or alternatively, are you risking too much too often? So, apple is asking us to take a look at that energy. So yeah, show up tomorrow. I also have a preliminary offer. So, been thinking about this year ahead, and I've been thinking about clearings and readings. And I've decided to put out there that I would love to offer, if you buy it in bulk, all at once, it would be a reading clearing, kind of a mix in between, but mostly clearing with a little bit of reading on the side, once a month. And if you purchase it before December 15th, obscure date, but just before then, you can get one for the month of December. That's why we have to cut it off. So I'm putting that out there. It's going to be a much lower price than if you bought it individually. So just kind of getting my fingers in that energy. But if you're interested, reach out and we can figure it out and set it up. So that's going to be it for today. You can book a reading. You can book a clearing. Happy Halloween. Blessed Samhain. Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit for November. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong. And know that you can trust the process. Namaste.